right, so we have 3 piles to choose from. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and then these are the oracle decks that I will use for each pile to clarify. So we're going to go ahead and get started with pile 1. Alright, first we have the 3 of Swords in reverse, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay. Okay, so right off the bat, I feel like with the King of Swords, there was some truth that was spoken, and while it may have helped heal some sort of wound, I feel like it also may have affected something in the passion in the relationship. So the King of Swords could also represent like an ex. Oftentimes I think of the King and Queen of Swords as the divorced couple in the deck. So there may have been some sort of a divorce, and there may have been heartbreak, of course, at the time, but that's healed. But maybe the person, if this is you, if you're a male, you may be over the past relationship, but you still may be lacking confidence to maybe pursue somebody else. It kind of puts you back in this Knight energy. You went from the King to the Knight, and you're in a distorted energy. So it looks like, you know, maybe the healing has been almost completed, but there's still some confidence that's lacking there. Now, if these are 2 separate people, there may have been somebody that came in and interfered in your relationship. I'm going to go ahead and clarify with these oracle cards, because that's about all I'm getting at this point. You know, it also could be that because of a past heartbreak, you may be in this sort of defensive energy where you're in your head and you're thinking from your head instead of from your heart. And the advice from Spirit is you need to get out of your head and get more into the Wands energy, which is passion and creativity. But we'll see what these oracle cards have to say. These are not wanting to shuffle, so I'm not sure. That gives me the impression that maybe you're not wanting to mingle, not wanting to get out there because of past heartbreak that you've experienced. You may not have any desire to enter into another relationship at this point because you did go through that 3 of Swords energy and you're just kind of recovering from that right now. Maybe you're focusing on other things in your life. intellectual pursuits. Maybe you're trying to find your passion as far as your passion and purpose in life, and you're not focused on a relationship at this point. So clarifying the Three of Swords in reverse, we have overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. And it's interesting because there's a sword in this card, a sword with a heart on it, and it's stuck in a rock, and the rock is blocking this path. Okay, that's interesting. And then we have uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. So that's clarifying the King of Swords. And then clarifying the Knight of Wands, we have miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Okay, so the King of Swords is clarified by this card here. It has a dragon looking in a treasure chest. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. So I think it's saying here, get out of your head and look beneath the surface of things. So, you know, maybe, like I said before, maybe you're approaching things too much from your head and not from your heart space. Maybe you're looking at things just on the surface and looking at love relationships from a intellectual standpoint. And you know, while it's smart to use your head, it's also advisable to use your heart to, you know, see what your heart wants. We don't have any cups cards here, so I think that's pretty telling. But you can overcome this because you've already overcome this heartbreak, and now you just need to look beneath the surface of things and expect miracles to happen. So I think it sounds like maybe you went, because you went through this heartbreak or this disappointment, you've kind of lost faith in miracles. You've lost faith in, you know, happily ever after, that things can work out because it didn't work out for you before. So you're kind of in this defensive King of Swords energy where you're protecting yourself, protecting your heart, protecting, you know, using your mind. And I think the advice from Spirit here is, while it's smart to use your head to discern things, I don't think that that's an issue that you'll have. It looks like that's a strength that you have. And what Spirit's wanting you to work on is going more within, looking beneath the surface of things, looking beyond the way things appear on the surface, to uncover the passion, to believe in miracles, believe in things will work out, that you can overcome these obstacles, and you have uncovering treasure and miracles and overcoming obstacles. They're all very positive cards. So I think it's just up to you as the King of Swords to lay your sword down and let these good things approach you, because right now it seems like you're in a, you know, the King of Swords in this picture, he's got his sword drawn. He's ready to attack. So he doesn't want to get his heart broken again. But because he's in that energy, he's also not attracting any sort of passion. So I think the advice is to maybe let your guard down a little bit. Try to have some fun. Find something that you enjoy doing. Get out there and expect that good things will come. Okay, I'm going to do a clarifying card here from these 3D cat cards just to see if there's anything else. So we have the Six of Wands. This card on the bottom wanted to come out too, and the Four of Cups. So we do have a Cups card here. With the Six of Wands, you know, it's saying that you can be victorious in this, you know, in love, but right now you're focused with the Four of Cups, you're focused on the cups that have spilled, the 3 cups that have spilled, and you're not seeing the new cup of love that's being offered to you. So again, I think this goes right in line with what the rest of the message was, is you need to let down your guard, not be so defensive. And if you're able to let go of this past heartbreak, which would be overcoming that past heartbreak, which I do think you're over the person that was involved in that, but I do think it's kept you like once bitten, twice shy sort of energy, like you've been hurt, you're not going to be hurt again. And so I think this goes right along with this, with the energy that we already said of focusing on opening yourself up, not being defensive, to let the miracles come in. I'm going to draw one of these little cat cards here just to see if there's anything else that wants to come out. Having such a hard time shuffling today, so I'm not sure. I feel like you're kind of in hermit mode. This one is wanting to come out with this one. You're in this like protective energy. I feel like even when you do go out, you just are like not looking. You just are like, I'm going to be single forever is kind of the feeling I'm getting. Like, I do not want to get hurt. So let's see. Sorry about shaking the camera. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. Wow. 2 different decks. And the Five of Cups. So again, I feel like with the Five of Cups, you're focusing on the Three of Cups that spilled, and you don't see the Two of Cups behind you. You've gotten into this bored energy where you just are like rejecting love. You're focusing on what has happened in the past. The cups are spilled, and you have new love waiting for you behind you. And, if you can't overcome this, then you're going to not be victorious, because the Six of Wands here came out in reverse. So, it's up to you to decide to let your guard down and be open. And I feel like because you are the King of Swords, I mean, you do have that strong mental clarity and strength in your mind. So I feel like this is something that you could decide on if you chose to. But I do feel like your heart also needs to be involved in it, because when it comes to love, it's not just in our heads. You also have to get your heart involved in it too. So, but I do feel like the miracles card here, there is something that's coming in from the universe that's going to emerge, and I don't think it's going to have anything to do with anything that you do, other than your expectations, because it says expect the wondrous to emerge. So if you can get into this mindset that good thing, maybe some positive affirmations, good things come to me, say things, positive things like that, instead of getting into these negative thoughts. All good things come to me. I live an abundant life. I am happy and full and blessed, and I will attract a partner who loves me and is faithful to me, and saying things like that to get down beneath the surface into your subconscious, to the point where you believe that subconsciously. I think that'll help to bring this into your space quicker, and then I think it'll also help you to accept it once it does come, because if you don't believe that and you're not ready for it, you're going to be in this energy where you're focusing on the negative and you don't see the love that and the opportunities that are and the miracles that are coming. All right, so I'm going to leave that one there. And we're going to go on to pile 2. So we have the quartz. Okay, we have the World in reverse, Temperance, and the Three of Swords in reverse. Interesting. We also had the Three of Swords in reverse in the first pile from a different deck. So we'll see what comes out in this pile, if it might be something you want to look into. Okay, so the first message I'm getting out of this is there is some sort of healing cycle that is still, I feel like it's still going on. You're nearing the end because the Three of Swords is in reverse, but you're not completed with that cycle yet because the World is in reverse. And with Temperance being here, there's a need to be patient with yourself, with your healing, to take good care of yourself, because right now I feel like this is a time to focus on you and focus on your own healing. Another message that's coming in is if you have gone through the healing, there's something left in the previous cycle, even though you may be over this person or over this disappointment, there's some loose end that hasn't been tied up. So there's some attachment, some cords that are still left attached to the previous person or the previous situation. And that's why this Temperance energy is coming in to help to heal that. So you might want to look into getting some Reiki done or some cord cutting to help with that, or take some salt baths. Maybe you need a change of scenery, circumstances, if you're able to do that. But the universe is sending in this healing through the Temperance card. But I feel like you have to be patient and you have to let this go, whatever this was. So I feel like there's just some kind of, you're hanging on. Either you are hanging on energetically to whatever this was, or the other person is. But either way, the universe is trying to help to complete this cycle for you so that you can go on to start the next cycle. So I'm going to clarify with these oracle cards to see if there's anything else that wants to come out. So clarifying the world. In reverse, we have 21 reflections of artifice. Okay. Interesting, the world is also 21. Clarifying temperance, we have 5 misted promenade. And clarifying the 3 of swords, we have 11 antechamber of apathy. Well, I'll start here with the world in reverse and reflections of artifice. It's interesting that both of these cards are 21. So I do feel like there is some reflection and healing still that needs to be done. I do feel like this very sad energy, because this misted promenade card for me I always think of someone in a very low place in their life where they're on a bridge, you know, thinking about taking their own life. So if you are in that space, I would say please do not do that, and know that the universe is sending in this healing energy for you, and all that you have to do is just give it time. And you know, if you need some outside help to do that from counselors or, you know, natural healers or medication or whatever it may be, don't be ashamed to do that, because help is out there. And I do feel like with this self-reflection and the 3 of Swords in reverse, I feel like you've been going through this probably for a while, and you're in this energy of you just want to get over it because the world is in reverse. You just want the cycle to close. And that's where the healing energy and advice from Spirit is to, you know, stay patient. You're almost there. You can see it in this card, this, you know, there's the daylight and the night. So things are changing, but right now you're just maybe in a dark night of the soul, but in a very, I would say, very dark space, maybe going down into some deep, dark things right now. I'm going to clarify with a couple of these 3D cat cards. All right, this one just flew out and fell on the floor. So we have the 7 of Diamonds, which is the 7 of Pentacles. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. So with the 7 of Pentacles, I feel like this is something, it was either the situation that you were in that was disappointing to you or that caused this heartbreak. It was maybe something that was long-term, that you had put in a lot of effort. This may have been, with the 10 of Pentacles, it may have been something that you thought was going to last forever. And that because of that, it makes all of this so much harder, because you had put so much into it. And I feel like there was some sort of a betrayal here, because I do see these are 3D cat cards and they do change, but just the way it's sitting there, I do see the 2 faces at once. So I'm feeling like maybe somebody was two-faced, and you know, now you're in this space of where do I go, what do I do, because I'm just like heartbroken and I don't want to do this anymore. But you know, Spirit is saying they're sending in this healing energy, and with the 10 of Pentacles, you will be able to get back to that with somebody else. Like, you may have thought that if this was a relationship or a job or whatever the situation was, you may have thought you were working towards the Ten of Pentacles with, you know, and you may have thought this was the end all be all, but I feel like there is a Ten of Pentacles coming, and it's going to be better than what you had before. You may have thought that that was your Ten of Pentacles, but you'll look back and see that it probably was just a learning experience for you. Maybe to appreciate what is coming in for you. So I'm going to get one more of these cards. Oh, these do not want to shuffle. Goodness. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords in reverse again. So there is an end. I think Spirit is wanting me to really stress that there is an end to this sadness. And you pulled the World card, but it's in reverse. So I mean, you're so close, because the World is the last card in the major arcana. So, you know, you got the Three of Swords in reverse twice. So the swords will be falling out of the heart, and the heart will heal. We have the Temperance energy here to heal it. You will be going on to find your Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is much more stable than like the Ten of Cups, because it's more earthly. It can also include wealth and family stability, and the happiness too. So, you know, but you know, with the Pentacles, it moves a lot slower than the other suits. So again, there's this need for patience with the Temperance card, because if you want to find something that is going to last, it's going to take a while to come in and build. But, you know, the end is near with the previous heartbreak. I mean, you got the Three of Swords in reverse twice. So there is a lot of healing happening. And, you know, with the quartz too is all about healing. So just try to hang in there as best you can. Just take good care of yourself. Don't give up, and seek help from the outside if you need it, whether that's from Spirit or another person. So I wish you the best. I'm going to go on to pile 3. Pile 3. She chose this stone. Ace of Cups in reverse. Three of Pentacles. And the Creatrix. Okay. So with the Three of Pentacles here, I do feel like there was something that you wanted to work on with another person. It seems like maybe it was something that you had a lot of love for, but it never really came in. There was never really a beginning for it. It's interesting in this picture too, these figures, they don't have their heads at all on them, and they have like butterfly wings, but their reflection down here, they're actually, they have their heads, and they're formed like regular people. So I do feel like a lot of distorted energy in this, that there was something that you had wanted to work on with somebody, but it didn't quite work out. This card here, I'm getting like, because in her hands there, she has like an eye. So I feel like there was some sort of an idea, again, with like the heads being missing and everything. I just feel like there was something, it just seems like there was something that wanted to come into fruition, but for whatever reason, it didn't. And now it's just kind of like a mess. It seems like it's a mess because, you know, maybe people, when I see this, it makes me think of people losing their heads, which means like they're getting angry. So maybe there was some sort of argument that caused a stop to this. I'm going to clarify with these oracle cards because this is kind of a confusing message here. Let's see. We'll just go with this. So clarifying the Ace of Cups, we have the first chakra Archangel Michael. So this is the 35. Clarifying the Ace of Cups in reverse. Journey, number 2. Clarifying 3 of Pentacles. And 6th chakra Archangel Metatron for number 40. And that's clarifying the Creatrix. Yeah, I do feel like this was some sort of a creative project that you were going to be doing with somebody. And I mean, you have 2 chakras here, and you have 2 archangels, and then in the middle there's a journey. So I do feel like you guys were not seeing eye to eye. Maybe one of you was like more grounded and wanting to just do it, and the other person was more dreamy and wanting it to be like more ethereal. And you do have this bridge here on this card, sort of bridging the two between. So it just seems like you guys, if you still want to work with this person on whatever this is, if this is a relationship, if this is a business project, I do feel like you need to meet in the middle and use each other's strengths to bring out the best aspects of this project. I do feel like with this water reflecting this card and then the Ace of Cups being in reverse, there is a need. And also in this card, she's coming up out of the water. I do feel like there's a need to bring some emotion into the space. So I feel like that's an important element that maybe both of you could agree on, because like if you go between the first and the sixth chakra, I mean, that's kind of like around the heart chakra would be in the middle, so, or the sacral below that. I do feel like there's a need to listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, and both of you need to come together and agree. I think you need to have some sort of common ground. You know, this bridge is over some water here too, so maybe it's a bridge over troubled water, or things are under the bridge now. What do they say? It's I can't think of the term, but if there was some conflict where you guys stopped working together because you didn't share the same vision, I think that's the right word here, is vision. You didn't have the same vision. I think maybe there needs to be a heart-to-heart to discuss what this project means to each of you and what you would like it to be, and then you need to figure out how to create that vision together, what your common ground is. And two, I would say, you know, maybe if this has taken a while and it's been quite a journey and you've gone on separate paths, that maybe that's what was needed in order to come back together. Because in this card too, there's actually three. I mean, there's the one in the middle, but there's two water figures on both sides. So another message I'm getting is when you're, you know, with the Three of Pentacles in the original Rider-Waite, they're building the tabernacle. So it's two people coming together with spirit to build something. So, you know, maybe that is another thing to consider, is what is the spirit behind like what you're doing? What is the meaning behind it? What does it mean to you? What do you want it to accomplish in the world? And if you can share that that vision with somebody else, then I think everything else will kind of fall into place. Finding someone who has like the same goal in mind, and not even necessarily the same values, because I feel like this is some sort of a project. So not necessarily the same values, but the same goals in mind for what you want it to be once you create it, what you want it to be out into the world. If this is a relationship with somebody, I would say finding someone who shares a common values and common goals. You know, do you both want kids, or just one of you want kids? And do you want to stay home and have one of the other work, or do you both want to focus on your jobs? You know, what political stance do you take? And what do you think about these issues? I think that stuff those core beliefs are a lot more important than if you like the same types of music or types of food. I mean, those things can be helpful to, you know, with compatibility, but those are also areas where you can stretch and grow more so than your core beliefs and values, because those things are a lot less likely to change. All right, so I'm going to pull a clarifier out of this deck. Actually, I'll pull 2 out of this deck. These are my 3D cat cards, and then I'm going to pull 1 out of my tiny cat tarot, just to see if there's any other clarifiers or any other messages that want to come out. All right, so we have the 6 of Swords in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 7 of Wands. Okay. So with the 6 of Swords in reverse, I feel like whatever the situation is for you, however it's resonating, you haven't been able to move past. I feel like there was some sort of a conflict with the 7 of Wands in reverse that caused this either a relationship or the beginnings of a relationship or this project or job or whatever to fail, because you didn't reach the 10 of Pentacles. You were going for that, but you haven't been able to get past whatever this fight was or this disagreement. I do feel like a lot of passion from both of you on both sides, so I do feel like whatever this is, I feel like you're both very stubborn about it. You have your idea in mind, and this is what you want done. So I would say if that's the case, you need to either just go on your own to do your own thing. But if you want to work with this person, if you feel like they're a needed element in this journey that you're on, then you need to get past your ego, past your pride, and try to work out with this person. See if you're able to. I think it's at least worth a shot to see where they're at. Are they still interested in whatever this is? Are you know, I think that's a good starting point. Like, if you even wanted to restart this project, do they want to do it too? Because if they don't, then it's kind of a moot point. But as far as your own spiritual journey goes, I do think some healing in this area would be good, because if you hold a grudge against this person and blame them for, you know, your project not working out or it never taking off, or, you know, if it feels like if you're holding on to that blame, then that's something for your own self journey. But you do have these 2 angels in here too. I don't want to take these too lightly, because I mean, you pulled 2 angels out of the deck, and you've got the 1st chakra Archangel Michael and the 6th chakra Archangel Metatron. So again, I feel like you need to use your intuition and your gut. I do feel like it's just like following your gut. I feel like you know what to do, and these angels are here to support you and help you if you want to ask them for help. I mean, that is part of why they're here, is to help us. I mean, they're here for God, but they're here to help us if we call on them. So you pulled 2 of them. And then the last card out is the 6 of Swords, which, oh gosh, this has been happening in the other decks too. This was 6 of Swords in reverse, and then this is 6 of Swords upright. So, yeah, if you're able to do this healing, then you can turn this card upright and then be able to go into calmer waters. So either way, whether this project takes off or not, or this relationship takes off or not, for your own healing and ability to move on past this to the next chapter, there's a lot of like unfinished business here with this person. If you are not able to talk to this person for whatever reason, either you don't want to, or they passed on, or you don't talk to them anymore, or, you know, whatever the reason is, I would say for your own healing is to focus on closure with this person. So if you're not able to have like actual closure, you know, where they say I'm sorry and you say you're sorry and you hug and you go your separate ways and you're both happy, you know, that's not always possible. So maybe you need to write a letter to them and then burn the letter, or maybe you need to pray to God about what you would say to this person, or maybe you need to pray to the angels to help you to overcome this sadness and give you the courage and the strength to either find another person or go out on your own and be successful. But I feel like you really, either way, you need to go within and try to discern, take some time and try to discern, what is it that I'm trying to do, you know, with this purpose that I feel called to do, whatever, if it's a thing or a job or a role that you play in life. I feel like the more you're able to know what you want and why you want it and for what purpose you want it, the more then you'll be able to move past this situation, either get it clarified and fixed or move past it to the next chapter. So that is all I have. I hope that this helped, and I'll see you next time.